How's it going, Jarret?
Good, good. How are you guys going? It's nice and warm out here.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fucking
just so
beautiful,
happy to be
mate.
on holiday in Hawaii.
It's beautiful. Cue up Weezer's Island in the Sun.
Absolutely.
Well, gentlemen,
I'm
this
down.
week on home entertainment, we've got no new releases in terms of new films. They're all classics headed to home entertainment this week. So I hope you're ready for them.
I guess.
I prefer
About three
classics to new
quarters of
films for
them.
the most part. Anyway.
Three quarters of them Ben worked on.
Well,
Oh,
now I'm excited.
I wish you would have warned me because I won't remember what.
I've noted
any
them
of the
down
details
because
are.
I didn't want to put you on the spot with that one. But yeah, I guess we
Thank
kick
you.
off with Umbrella to start with. And the first release is Tank Girl, which is coming out in a pretty spectacular special edition. Not only does it port the special features that were on the Shout Factory release, it's completely out of print and goes for a good amount of cash. There's actually new content on this release as well, which includes a new interview with Doug Jones. And then there's also a video essay with Alexandra Helen Nicholas titled, what was it titled? Tank Girl Power. That's right.
Yeah.
I might have edited that one.
I was going to say you should know because you came up with it.
It was so long ago too, like because I think we did it last year because there was a lot of issues
There was a
around
lot of issues with it, and
likeness
look,
rights.
I do have to say that the extras from the Shout Factory release, the commentary, the commentary is, and I think the commentary and the kind of the
Like a little
original EPK
documentary.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
But
archival stuff. Yeah.
the archival stuff is all legit, but the interviews are, should we say, are slightly less than the Shout Factory releases.
Well, it's probably just
They're new edits. They're new edits of
Yeah.
those releases of those
and
interviews.
look, when you do these things though, more often than not, you're kind of like working to a deadline the first time around, and so you do deliver. And if you ever look back at it, you're like, I could have lost that, could have. So I mean, this was probably
that's a
really
good
the
way of putting
ultimate
it.
cut.
They're tighter. They're much tighter.
I watched a Blu-ray last night called Maya, which is a double feature with Spectres. And there's an interview on that I watched, and it's with this actress. I can't recall her name, an Italian actress. And I would not have recognized her, from all the other films she's been in, but she's been in some of my favorite films like Tenebrae. But she spends, I think it's a half an hour featurette. She spends a good portion of time talking about Caligula, and then a good portion of time talking about Tenebrae. And then when it comes to Maya, she talks about the film for all of but 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I loved it because I was like, I just actually probably preferred hearing about those other films. But
It's like
generally,
if you're going to
that
get if you're going to record an interview with O.J. Simpson on your Naked Gun 33 and a third Blu-ray, all your questions are going to be about
the Bronco and
whether
the glove.
or not the glove fit.
Well,
If the glove fits,
that's not gonna
you can
happen
do it.
now.
Juice.
That's not going to happen now.
No.
So Tank Girl, that one's coming out on Blu-ray, and at the moment you can still order that collector's edition version that's on the Umbrella site, but I don't know how long that will be for. It's probably whatever overrun they've got from pre-orders. Then the next release they're releasing is Time Addicts, which is coming out on Blu-ray. This, of course, picked up Best Australian Feature at Monster Fest. Was it Best Australian Feature? I think it was Best Australian Feature.
I think it was, and this is a new one. This is a new film.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, absolutely. It is a new one. Completely. Yeah. This one's got a commentary. It's got a festival Q&A. Unfortunately, it's not the Monster Fest Q&A, which they could have had, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't know we'd shot it. But in addition to that, it's got outtakes as well. So, yeah, I'm keen to revisit this one because I really enjoyed it. I saw it twice, actually.
I believe this release has snubbed the filthy DVD.
Yeah, just Blu-ray,
Yep.
Blu-ray. And if you order through the Umbrella site, you get the snazzy slipcover, but I think the retail version is just, just this slick alone. Then the next release is a classic release. It's Coffee that's coming to Blu-ray. And from the looks of it, it looks like it's porting most of the special features from the Arrow release, but then it's got the addition of an all-new trailer reel. And there's a doco on there that actually I want to check. I think it's called Badass Cinema, which is directed by... what's his name? Ben, help me out here. The Stuff, Larry Cohen.
Yeah.
Larry Cohen.
Larry
And
Cohen.
that was the trailer, I believe. No, the trailer reel wasn't, but that documentary was curated by Mark Gartley. He organized that for the release.
Oh, excellent! Because that
But
was
he
the
had
thing I'm
nothing to
most
do with the rest
excited
of it.
about it.
He just
Made it
got them
happen.
that doco.
Oh, well, excellent. Yeah, no, I'm keen. I don't know if I've still got the Arrow release. It could be somewhere. Not in the cupboard of shame because I have watched it and it would be in the collection. God knows, I'm pretty sure I have it. But needless to say, this is one I'd be picking up. The next
I
one
think I've
is
got it. I think I've got it at home. So if once this this conversation is gone and we travel back home, I'll have a look and see if I've got a copy.
Yeah.
But I can't tell right now. It's not with me on the island.
All
I
I've
didn't
got to do
bring it.
all I've got to do to get home is sort of reach through there.
Yeah.
It's like clicking your heels together and you're transported back home.
I just pulled a DVD out.
What?
I feel like we're in Narnia. We just have to travel through the
For those
through
people
the headphone
that
corridor.
are listening to this on the show, there's a video component you might want to go and have a look at on our
Go
socials.
check it out. Yeah.
There's an incentive. If you haven't watched us, go and see this.
Yeah.
It's a must
Up
see.
next, Luau.
And then the next release, Ben, this is another one you definitely worked on, Ransom. Oh, Glenn disappeared there for a second, but he's
Second
back.
time.
Did you teleport back home?
Yeah, got a couple more.
All right, well, if you come back and you're half man, half fly, that's when I'll begin to worry. So Ransom, aka The Terrorists, is coming out on Blu-ray with Sean Connery.
One of Ben's
And-
recommendations
Yeah, which,
recently.
You didn't bring it to the island, Ben. Stop looking.
No, I'm looking at because I did bring with me a pile of new releases that came in the mail that I haven't had time to put I didn't have time to leave them at home, so I just had to shove them in my suitcase and bring them with me.
Makes sense.
And,
makes sense.
I did. I'm pretty sure.
For people that are just listening to the podcast on Spotify or whatever, we've got
No, this
tropical
makes sense.
backdrops. We've got tropical backdrops. We've got to lay some context here.
It's a beautiful tropical backdrop too. I don't know how we've managed to frame ourselves in the exact same spot. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, and also as a further incentive to go watch the video, we're all wearing bikinis. It's magical. It's quite magical.
So Ransom, that one's coming out,
Yep.
and that one's
I
got.
can't remember if I've got Ransom.
That one's got
My
a
personal copy.
film historian commentary, and it's a triple commentary too. Where these guys are they Sean Connery sort of experts, or what's the caper with?
It's Lee Pfeiffer, who's the editor in chief of Cinema Retro magazine,
Right. Okay.
and along with Paul Scrabo and he's going to kill you. I can't remember the third guy's name, but they do a lot of commentaries for. They actually did the I believe. Did they do the Molly Maguires? They did another commentary for another.
Don't tell me you brought that to the
Imprint.
island with you as well. That one came out months ago through Imprint. Surely,
I
have you
haven't
just packed
watched it
all
yet.
of Sean Connery's films with you?
Yeah, I haven't
It's
watched
a
it
Doctor
yet.
and Doctor No.
Yeah, I hope he's got medicine, man, because we could head up to those hills and watch it. It'd be beautiful.
I just Lorraine Bracco. That's all I've got.
What's that on the beach? Looks like a shell.
Yeah, but it does have. Yeah, but it does have.
Did you bring
but it
your
is-
Zardo's mankini as well?
That's the bikini I was talking about.
Yeah, okay.
With the bandolero, the bullet belt,
Yeah.
and the ponytail,
Fucking
rocking the old ponytail. But so it's got that commentary. It's got newly commissioned art from Tony Stella. It has
It's
It
got
has a
Kim
great-
Newman on it as well. Is that a video essay or is that like a piece to camera?
It's a piece to camera. It's him talking about Sean Connery's wild and wacky 70s career, where he
Right.
was kind of really finding his feet.
Emphasis
between-
on the wacky.
Yeah.
He was kind of coming down from being. He just walked away from Bond because
yeah.
Sean Connery's he's a weird guy in that he's really a character actor trapped in a movie star's body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he always was, much more interested in doing movies like The Offense and Anderson
course, yeah.
Tapes and stuff like Ransom. But he got stuck because of Bond. He just became this superstar, and he absolutely hated it. But
He hated it so much that he came back in 1981
He came
or
back,
so
yeah.
and did Never Say
Yeah, well,
Die or whatnot.
I don't know if
he
you
must have
I don't know
hated
if
the
you
money.
saw. I was going to say, I don't know if you saw when he passed away, his home on the I think it's in the south of France, went up for sale, and it was magnificent. But you could see why. I'm sure that last Bond film just would have paid for that house.
Well, I mean, he came back to Bond twice because after Lazenby left, he came back, and then he came back for Never Say Never.
Yeah.
Well, those toupees that he wore in all these films, they ain't free, Glenn.
They don't pay. Yeah,
and I'm sure.
Toupees don't pay for themselves.
Have you both of you been down that rabbit hole of conspiracy about how The Rock is actually a James Bond movie and how his character is James Bond? It's phenomenal.
No, but that sounds fascinating. Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube. It's a really long video. It goes for about 20 minutes to half an hour. And it actually
have we got time?
It connects so many things that makes you believe that it was intentional that he's James Bond.
That's incredible. It sounds like it's up there with the Corey Feldman music performance is a complete, prank that's been played on us.
All of the timelines.
And Avril Lavigne's a cyborg.
Yep.
And Diddy's a good, honest man.
All of his character's history in The Rock, the dates align with things from James Bond.
Wow. Okay, I'm definitely going down that rabbit hole for sure. Yeah. And then I'd like to revisit The Rock because it's been a while. Yeah. I mean, damn, I'd love that to get a 4K release, but it's trapped in the Touchstone catalogue, so it's under lock and key at Disney. So
I think that's what last week, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger said his biggest regret was turning down The Rock.
Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. Right. Yeah. Because what was he doing instead?
Is he the Nick Cage character?
Yeah, I think
Eraser or something like that.
No, surely. I mean, if you're going to have Arnie in it,
I think
Arnie should have been Ed Harris. That would have been fucking great.
I think he turned it down for Terminator 3, which had a long production.
Oh, yeah, of course. Actually, funnily enough, I know it's kind of a slight digression, but I did listen to Edward Furlong on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast.
I watched it
recently. That was heartbreaking when he talks about how he got the Terminator 3 role, then went out to celebrate getting the Terminator 3 role, and basically...
fucked his contract.
The contract was like, stay sober, don't get on the drugs. He went out and not only got high, but OD'd on the night that he signed that contract, and he was out of the film, which was, it was tragic. But I found it to be quite to be honest with you, a pathetic conversation. Like I didn't have much sympathy for him at all. I think that's as good as he gets these days, to be honest. I've seen a couple con interviews. Didn't you feel that like Rosenbaum was just blowing smoke up his ass and didn't mean any of it? Yeah, it didn't feel terribly sincere. Whereas this week's one, when he interviewed Devon Sawa, it's a much better conversation. It's a real conversation. And you can tell Rosenbaum likes the films that Devon Sawa's done. Like, he's a big fan of Idle Hands, for instance. I just love that the Edward Furlong one went for like an hour, working up to that moment. Right at the end, we've got 2 minutes to go, and Edward Furlong goes, we should work together, No, I was puts him on the spot. Why didn't he edit that out? Rosenbaum's like, we could do that. Yeah, we'll just wait for James Cameron to give you a call about doing that Terminator film, and you get me in there, buddy, and we'll do it together. We'll do it, yeah. I could be a great Terminator. What was I could be James O'Connor. James Connor, sorry. Yeah. What's his drug of choice? Was he heroin? Is he heroin? He got into the heroin, Heroin. But the night he OD'd, it was cocaine, wasn't it? Or was it heroin? No, I think it was coke that night, yeah. Because I wasn't even, I was like, wow, okay, well, he must have partied to excess, God bless his little heart. Well, remember, his story was that he went to the toilet and accidentally spilt the whole load of cocaine on the toilet seat. That's right. And he thought, well, I can't waste this, and I'm just going to do... He railed the whole thing, and the next thing he woke up, and everyone was sort of surrounding him, and he realised... because he said he did a horseshoe. He didn't do a line, he did a big horseshoe. So we'll be bringing Ed Furlong out to Monster Fest later in the year to do a brain scan. So basically, what he's saying is Tankerville to do some rails, to do some sand. But what he's saying is, in order to not waste all the cocaine, because it was already cocaine. It was spilt everywhere. It was spilt everywhere. He couldn't get it back in the baggie, so he snorted it. Bugger it, I'll snort it. He snorted it. He OD'd. Then they brought him out with a rapid detox, totally killing the buzz. So he wasted it anyway. Yeah, totally. And but then lost millions of dollars. And he blew out his septum. What the fuck are we talking about? And was left to party with Uncle Ron. And that's what it came down to. Now Uncle Ron's in prison. He's got no one left to party with. So anyway, poor old Ed Furlong. We digress. You could say that coke saved him from doing Terminator 3. Well, true. Yeah, it wasn't a great film. No, not by any stretch. It's the only.
No.
Do you know it's the only Terminator film in the Terminator franchise that I have never upgraded from DVD, and I own all of the others either on Blu-ray or 4K, like Dark Fate, bloody Genesis.
I gotta say, Salvation is the only Terminator movie I hate. The rest I can handle.
And I have that on Blu-ray as well. I think it got down to a comfortable $8 or $9, and I went, "Oh, well, may as well."
Takes me back to the old rewind digress days.
Exactly. Okay, so the last distributor I'll mention that is only releasing 2 classic titles via Vision, and the title I guess you're going to be most excited about, Glenn. Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael, with Winona Ryder and Jeff Daniels. Great film, one of your favorite homecoming.
Dinah Manhoff from Empty Nest is in it. She's the bitch.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
She's the bitch, the one who hates Roxy Carmichael and is. But he's secretly in love. Who's actually in love with her? I think this
is it Jim Abrams behind this one? One of the Zaz guys is behind this one.
Right. Yeah. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to revisiting it. I think last time I saw it probably was off the old CBS Fox videotape.
So good. It's so
but
good.
Yeah, I'm anxious to revisit. And they've gone to the effort of doing, like, it's odd that this one's not an imprint release because it does actually have an interview with the director, has an interview with the screenwriter, all new. These are all newly commissioned interviews. And then it's got a video essay as well. It's been done by an Aussie, someone from Sydney, Suzanne Boylan, I think it is. So it's a pretty good release. And so it's odd that it's just
Suzanne
gone by Vision. No, Suzanne Boylan. No, there's no singing on this video essay. And then the last release I will mention is Grandview USA that's getting a Blu-ray release with Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, and was it C. Thomas Howell?
C. Thomas Howell and Patrick Swayze.
C. Thomas Howell and Patrick. What a cast!
Yeah.
Again,
it's all set in a
video.
smash. Yeah, it's all set in a smash derby, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think last time I saw it might have been on. I think it was a CBS Fox video release.
CBS Fox release, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've still got it, so it'll be a definite upgrade. I'm glad that I've managed to skip formats with these two and gone straight to Blu-ray.
Straight to Blu-ray, yeah. I can't remember now if it was. I think I've got the DVD, funnily enough.
Yeah, I think it is.
Was it CBS Fox or was it?
I think it's a CBS Fox, but it's a CBS Fox. It might be like the Dawn of the Dead with the stripes down the side and down the bottom sort of thing. That design they did in about 84, 85. Anyway, something to ponder.
When I'm back from the island, I'll go check it out.
Yeah, double check.
I need to get the sand out of my jocks.
Anyway, gentlemen, that is all the releases for this week. So now you can go comfortably have a shower before you head back to the studio. Enjoy a movie on the flight back, so you might be able to watch something on the plane.
After Ben and I finish the show, meet us at the spa, mate.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Now, is clothing optional in the spa, or?
Yeah, but I get middles.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
It's not optional. Gentlemen? There's no clothing. It's the rule.
There's no option. It's just zero clothing. All right, guys. So I'm gonna count down from 3, and we're gonna do this together for the first time ever. And remember, there is no one. One is go. One is go is what we do.
Maybe that's the problem. It shouldn't be.
Oh, well, we can throw a 1 in there if you want, but then it gets confusing because you're like, okay. All right. Well, we'll for the sake of argument, we'll add the 1. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Stay
physical.
Ben deliberately slowed that down. Slowed that down.
Nonsense. There's a delay.